Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Parks. Minister, in a damning decision by UNESCO in 2021 into the state of conservation of the Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area, it was quietly published on Dipipwi's website on February 3 this year. Decision 44, paragraph 7 of that report urges the state party, that is Tasmania, to avoid any development of the property before the detailed plan for a comprehensive cultural assessment is implemented. The detailed plan, Minister, is missing and the cultural assessment is not done, yet the government ploughs ahead with its divisive EOI process to turn the Twa into a property developer's free-for-all in places like Lake Malbina and the South Coast Track, running roughshod over the wishes of UNESCO and any spirit of consensus with the Tasmanian Aboriginal people. The report is full of motherhood statements about respect and inclusion, but it has failed on this crucial component of managing our Wilderness World Heritage Area. Minister, would this be because the government is anticipating that any advice in a cultural heritage assessment be that no private development should occur within the Twa? Where is this assessment? And how can the government truly enter into a treaty process and truth-telling with the Palawa Pakana when such an important response has failed to deliver guidelines to conform to international best practice?
Honourable Minister for Parks and Wildlife.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the honourable member for their question, Mr Speaker. And yes, Mr Speaker, we are well aware of UNESCO's decision in regards to the State Party report that was adopted at the 44th session in China. And in this decision, we welcome the fact that they've actually acknowledged our progress towards implementing the requests of the World Heritage Centre for the Twa, including the recommendations of the 2015 reactive monitoring mission of the property, Mr Speaker. And there were some elements of the draft decision that required clarification from the Australian Government as the state party as to how the decisions would be implemented. Importantly, the concerns expressed about the tourism master plan in the draft decision and how that related to previous decisions of the TMP. And so, Mr Speaker, we clarified this decision with the World Heritage Centre, and so the state party actually referred this to the World Heritage Centre in relation to development in the Twa, and we checked with them in regards to the decision as worded by the World Heritage Centre to avoid any development at the property before the detailed plan for a comprehensive cultural assessment of the Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area is implemented, because it was confusing, the wording of that decision, and both us and the Commonwealth Government expressed concerns that the decision could be interpreted to imply that all development was to be halted until the assessment is completed. The World Heritage Centre has since clarified this matter in a letter to the Australian Government dated the 6th of October 2021, noting that any development should be interpreted in the spirit of paragraph 172 of the operational guidelines for the implementation of the World Heritage Convention. That is, it was only intended to apply to major restorations or new constructions which may affect the outstanding universal value of the property.
Where's the cultural heritage
The advice further
Order.
states that any essential maintenance or activities that are consistent with the 2016 management plan and support the property's outstanding universal value would be considered acceptable, Mr Speaker. Importantly, Mr Speaker, the state's impact assessment processes can continue to be applied as they always have, and if a project is found to have a significant impact on the outstanding universal values, it will be referred in accordance with the Commonwealth's Environmental Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act 1999, with the state party determining which development proposals will be referred to the World Heritage Centre and advisory bodies.
Point of order.
On a point of order, Minister.
Standing Order 45 relevance. Could the Minister please let the Tasmanian Aboriginal people know where the
Sorry,
cultural
could you take your mask off?
Could the Minister please let the Tasmanian Aboriginal people know where the cultural heritage assessment is at?
I was actually getting to that, Mr Connor. Thank you. Now, in regards to it is also, we're actually commended for the work done to deliver a comprehensive cultural assessment for the 2000 extension area in the Twa. And, Mr Speaker, the Tasmanian Government is fully committed to the implementation of the detailed plan, but it is a multi-year plan that is to be carried out in stages over the 10-year duration of the 2016 management plan for the property. As the State Party also already reports to the UNESCO World Heritage Centre on projects that may cause a significant impact impact to World Heritage properties, such as the Tasmanian wilderness on a quarterly basis. This fulfils the requirements of the World Heritage Centre. Mr Speaker, the Tasmanian Australian governments preside over a robust system of development assessment, which is subject to rigorous scrutiny under local, state and Commonwealth assessment process. And we have a management plan that was approved by the World Heritage Centre, which requires comprehensive assessments of cultural values for any development, Mr Speaker. So, and our tourism master plan, which I released last year, has also raised the bar on these assessments by requiring early engagement with Aboriginal Heritage Tasmania and the Aboriginal Heritage Centre. So it's to suggest that the state party avoid all development until all cultural assessments for the entire TWA are complete is impractical and unnecessary, Mr Speaker.
Mr Speaker.